for me, it was like, how could I not believe in God? You know what I mean? Like, that guy has literally been fighting for my life since the second I had a pulse. So my mom was having a lot of bleeding. Also, way back when my mom started having a bunch of bleeding when she was pregnant with me, and the doctor had suggested her to have wear her in a submersion. And Harley, does anybody see a dog? Oh, there you are. And but my dad, thankfully, is very against it. Shayahama unwares. And so when I was born, I was born without a pulse, and black and blue. My dad said there's a bunch of them like surrounding me, I guess, like trying to hide it from my parents, as they have me upside down. And then when I was 1.5, my brother, I was trying to take a nap, and I guess my brother had put 2 pillows and sat on my head. He's only a year older than me, so he was like 3. It wasn't like a malicious thing. Our uncle would roughhouse with him, so he's just trying to roughhouse with me. And I guess my mom was like, no, she just doesn't want to take a nap, like, don't go in there. My dad was like, no, like, that is not how she sounds when she's just upset, like something's wrong. So thankfully he realized something was wrong. And then by the time I was 19, or by the time I was 20, I had 7 concussions and a TBI. When I was 19, I fell 50 to 70 feet off of a cliff, and then a week later, I got in a car accident. I was resuscitated twice, and then a year and a half later, keep in mind when I talk about this, I wasn't driving in that one, and then a year and a half later, I was in another car accident. This is where I really, really was like, okay, there's a God. Like, there has to be, you know what I'm saying? Like, there ain't no way there's not one. Because, so, my bearing went out when I was on my way to the beach, and it was like partially wet. My tire stuck, and because it was wet, it like swung around, and because it was way taller than the guardrail, I was like, okay, like, this is it. There ain't no way I'm not going over. Like, this thing is huge. And so I grabbed the steering wheel tight and like held it, and I said my goodbyes. I was like, I love you. Like, I just knew I there was no way to me that I wasn't going over the edge of it. I was like really far down, where I would have been going down it. And instead, like, my vehicle ricocheted, and then it literally, I shit you not, it literally felt like there was a bubble wrapped around me. Like, I don't know how to explain the feeling. It was so cool though. Like, it felt magical. I rolled 7 times. I took out a sign. I rolled really far. I like kept ricocheting back and forth, like ping-ponging. And my vehicle ended like upside down and upside down, if that makes sense, like upside down and then upside down. And even though it was still light out, like, it was so dark in there, and I was able to get out. Really, what took me a while. Oh, not me just walking off the cliff right now. Goofy little me. But I was, so even though it was still light out, like, it was completely dark in there, it took me a while to finally get my buckle undone. I was super shocked. I crawled upside down outside the window, and everything was like smushed and all the glasses out, and I had a scratch. That one, I had a scratch, and it was so crazy. Like, I literally felt like I felt a bubble around me, and after that I was like, okay, like, there ain't no way. There's no way that I like was not completely protected. And then in another accident, a couple years later, in 2019, someone had pulled out in front of me, and then rammed their brakes like really hard, right in front of me. And I guess that's the thing in Portland. Some vehicles, it's like a job basically. Some bigger vehicles will do that to smaller cars. Anyways, and that one, it nicked my spinal cord. So I was only like partially paralyzed for a little bit, just out of my left leg. And like, how lucky, even though my leg got jammed, like it just nicked it. Like, I was so lucky. And I'm just like, there ain't no way. Like, he's helped me out of all these situations. He's literally shown me, like, he literally is fighting for my life, fighting for it. Like, how could I not believe? You know what I mean?